And if you go all out, it can be really detrimental for your life quality. If you don't do it at all, it's also detrimental for your life quality. So you need to find a good balance which you can sustain for a long period of time. Hello guys, welcome to another video. This is a personal one. This is my personal mistakes I have done during my career in the fitness, which I really want you to avoid because it can really deprive your life quality, okay? I have written a note here so I don't forget what I'm gonna talk about today. So I'm just gonna go through it. Quickly and briefly, not going too much into each topic, but generally speaking, my mistakes, what I've done during my 11 years of training. Obviously, you make mistake and you learn, and you also, when you do something wrong enough, you mature in the game and you get better, right? You balance it really well. It's the master of the balance which is really important, okay, when it comes to fitness, because you really don't want to go all out or all in, all out or all in. It can really harm you, and if you go all out, it can be really detrimental for your life quality. If you don't do it at all, it's also detrimental for your life quality. So you need to find a good balance which you can sustain for a long period of time, ideally for the rest of your life, okay? So number one, abusing caffeine. This is a huge one I was part of earlier in my years, I would say 4, 5, 6 years ago. First of all, let's talk about caffeine. What is caffeine? Caffeine is a stimulant which will increase the sympathetic nervous system output, which can increase your heart rate and, for example, increase your energy levels. And for example, it's in coffee, teas, some ice cream, dark chocolate, Monster energy drinks, pre-workout, okay? And caffeine half-life is between 5 and 7 hours, meaning that if you consume, let's say, to make it easy for you, if you consume 100 milligrams of caffeine, for example, at 3 p.m., roughly around 9 p.m., you will have about 40-50 milligrams of caffeine still circulating in your blood. And there's an enzyme called cytochrome P450-2A1, which is made by the liver, which will degrade the caffeine. And caffeine function is to inhibit adenosine receptors, okay? And the caffeine, and usually this adenosine receptor, it's in the name. Adenosine will bind to the receptor and which will make you tired or sleepy, okay? What caffeine does is that it will come like this. Caffeine will come and it will like sit on the receptor, okay? So if it blocks the receptor like this, the adenosine won't bind to the receptor. So what will happen? You will have more energy and etc. And also there's something called caffeine crash. So I will explain you this also. When you have the adenosine receptor and you have the caffeine which is blocking the receptor, you have all this adenosine, okay, making you tired, and you will accumulate more and more adenosine. When your liver enzyme cytochrome P450-2A1, this is the enzyme, it will degrade the caffeine, okay, it will break it down slowly. So you have all this adenosine which is built up, and then you really feel tired because you have so much accumulation of adenosine, which will rush into the receptors, which will make you crash, kind of. That is why that is called caffeine crash, okay? So this can also be really harmful, and of course it can cause some symptoms and your life quality can be really shit, you know, because if you are abusing caffeine, you won't sleep really well, and you know, everyone knows that sleep is important for optimal daily function during information gathering, training, mood, hunger, everything. Sleep is really beneficial for every part of life, okay? And for example, when I was studying medicine and I was reading books and pages, and I really couldn't remember what I was reading that well. For example, I would read, for example, 10 pages, and when I was on page number 9 or 10, I couldn't remember what I was reading on page 1 or 2. So my information gathering was really weak, because my sleep schedule was really harmful and there was no one who could really give me a reality check. Okay, I was, you know, young and stupid, we will say. So caffeine abusement can really almost destroy your life quality. So if you want to consume caffeine, don't consume it after 2-3 p.m. maximum, okay? If you want to be strict, I would say 2 p.m. So 2 p.m. is a good time. Then you have some time to lower your caffeine content in your bloodstream and you can fall asleep easily. That is number one. Number two, okay, so what was I doing? I was just consuming too much caffeine, you know, taking 2 scoops of pre-workout, like in the 7, 8, 9 p.m. so I couldn't sleep during the night, and I was studying during the night until 5, 6 a.m. and I slept for 1, 2, 3 hours during the night. And after uni, I came home, I slept again. It was totally changed everything. And no. Everything is completely changed. You know, you mature, you know. That's okay, we learn, we move forward. So what I was doing back then was that, okay, to be honest, I was stronger back then compared to now. But I would say I'm more happy and healthy and more fit now, okay? That is what we want. We don't want just to look at the gym aspect and look at how much weight we're lifting. We have to look at the overall aspect, okay? So what did I do? I was eating 2 big meals, and this is not ideal because, okay, you have a stomach which acts like a balloon. It has a stretchy function, okay? When you're eating too much at once for a long period of time, let's say weeks, months, your stomach will kind of adapt to the stretchiness. And when you're eating too much food at once, your stomach will kind of stretch out and it will stay in that position. And you will feel bloated and your GI system will completely be rubbish. So I had a little bit of bloating. My stomach was really out and people was asking me in the gym, oh, are you pregnant? No, I wasn't fat necessarily, but I didn't have a high body fat range, no. But my stomach was really stretched out because of this situation. I was eating 2 huge meals a day. This is not ideal. Even during bulk, I was consuming 3,500, 4,000 calories. I will talk about why you should not bulk with a lot of calories in another video. But to keep it simple for this video, I was eating 2 meals, huge meals, which stretched out my stomach. Completely ruined my gut health, okay? That is number 2. Number 3, okay, lactose intolerance. This is a small one. If you have a diarrhea and symptoms, if you're not feeling well, if you have, you know, going to toilet many times a day, you should check if you're lactose intolerant. Try to change some product. Stop eating dairy and just see how it goes. Me personally, I have a really slight lactose intolerance. But it's not a big deal at all because I just switch out the milk to the lactose-free milk and that's all, I'm fine. So number 4, having planned cheat meals and eating too much on the cheat meal beyond my satisfaction. Okay, so what did I do back then? I had this black and white mentality which is not ideal at all. Let me just adjust this camera a bit. So I had this black and white mentality which really ruined my life quality. I wasn't really 100% happy. What I was doing is that I had really clean meals. By the way, I don't like the word clean and dirty or cheat meals, okay? But to make it easy for you to understand, I had these clean meals during my week, and when it comes to weekend, Friday or Saturday, I had huge cheat meal, like 2 burgers, fries, coleslaw, ice cream, dessert, and I was like completely like, I don't know what I was doing. So it's not good at all because you'll also ruin your stomach and it's not good to do this, you know. You shouldn't have like black and white mentality, all in or all out, as I told you earlier. And next one, number 5, doing too much volume, but let's, okay. So what I was doing when it comes to training aspect, that I was training too much volume for each muscle part. Around 20 to 25 sets for each session for each muscle part. You know, when you do too much volume for each muscle part, the end of the exercise, the end of the session, the exercise you're doing will be really sluggish. It won't be effective, and the reps won't be really quality reps, okay? So ideally I would divide this volume into multiple times a week. So I was doing too much volume at once. I was doing exercises like decline bench press thinking that that's a good exercise, but no, that's not the most ideal exercise you want to do in the gym. I will talk about in another video exercises you should not be doing, but for this video I was doing too much volume for each session per body part, and that's not ideal because you roughly want to stay in a good range, and a good range is somewhere between 10 to 15 sets per muscle per session, roughly. If you're more advanced and if you are increasing your calories, if you have more energy, you can do 20, but that's the upper limit in my opinion, okay? Because volume is really like sunbathing. If you're doing too less, you won't gain muscle. If you're doing too much, you will get burnt out. You really want to find a sweet spot, okay? That's another reason. Number 6, not doing cardio. Oh my god, this is a huge one. I was not doing or focused on doing cardio back then, and okay, the benefits of cardio I will talk about in another video, but I was not doing cardio. I was just training weights and I was going home. This is not a good option because you really want to do both of them, okay, to get advantage of both aspects, the cardiovascular aspect and muscle and increased metabolic aspect. Number 7, increased fiber intake before my workout. So I would have this huge oatmeal shake before gym, and as you guys know, oatmeal contains a lot of fiber, and a lot of fiber before workout can interrupt your gut or your stomach. You won't feel really good during your workout because it can irritate your stomach when you consume that much fiber before your workout, right? So ideally what I would change is that I will consume much less oats. By the way, I'm not eating oatmeal anymore. If I have it, it's fine, but not 200 grams before gym session. That's rubbish, okay? So I will have like 50-80 grams early in the morning. So it's long time until my workout. If I was doing cardio, I did too much cardio or too hard cardio. So I was running 5 kilometers, okay? I was running 5 kilometers and was trying to beat a record of 22 minutes. And for each session I was trying to improve. No, this is not the ideal situation because this is too much cardio, and I was also sore in my legs of that cardio. Not ideal at all. I have talked about high intensity interval training or hard cardio and low intensity in previous video. You can check it out here. But what I was doing is that I was running 5 kilometers and I was trying to improve my time of 22 minutes. I did these mistakes, and you learn. Obviously I wasn't in a bad shape, but my life quality wasn't tip top, right? So we're doing this fitness and healthy eating to improve life quality. So this is my mistakes. I really want you to consider and understand and not do the same mistakes, okay? And thank you guys for watching. Please give it a like, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a nice day, guys. Peace.